Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports back in the video today, and today in the NBA All-Star Game, Eastern Conference beats the Western Conference 211 to 186 in the highest scoring NBA All-Star game in history. This was a great game, and this was also the first time since 2017 or 2018, I believe, since we've seen West versus East, and this was a good game. We had some players that were starters who, didn't, play as much as, Tatum only played 22 minutes. LeBron got hurt, only played 14. Luka played only 23 minutes. But we saw some really good performances in this one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Karl-Anthony Towns did really good for the Western Conference. For the Eastern Conference, Damian Lillard wins MVP with 39 points and 6 assists. He was really good. The hometown kid, Tyrese Halliburton, was really good. This game being in Indianapolis, Halliburton looked really good. They combined it for 21 threes. 25. Here's the difference in this game. 25 threes for the Western Conference, 42 for the Eastern Conference. I mean, I know it's the All-Star game, but that's still impressive. The Western Conference shot 35% from three, while the East shot 43%. And let's go over the East scores real quick before we go over the West, because the East did win this game. 39 points for Lillard with 6 assists, 11 for 23 from three. Made even 2 half-court shots in this one. 32 points for Tyrese Halliburton with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. I think that's one of the best. I mean, we've seen a couple triple-doubles throughout the All-Star game. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo had one. He dominated in one of the games, I believe it was, not too long ago. He had like a 40-point triple-double, maybe it was 50, I don't even know. But Giannis has had a couple dominant performances, but Halliburton, only 15 shots, that's one thing. I mean, Lillard scored 39 points, that's great, but that's on 26 attempts. Halliburton scored 32 on 15 attempts, was 10 for 14 from three, 11 for 15 shooting, had 7 rebounds with 6 assists. Thought this was a really good game for Tyrese Halliburton. The other starter who was in replace of Joel Embiid because he was hurt, 17 minutes for Bam Adebayo. He scored 3 points with 2 assists and 2 rebounds. 20 points for Jason Tatum with 3 assists and 3 rebounds. 8 for 13, 4 for 9 from 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 23 points and 7 rebounds. 11 for 16, 0 for 3 from 3. And that's it for the Eastern Conference. That's it for the Eastern Conference starters. Jaylen Brown was fantastic in this one. Only 22 minutes, scored 36 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, which is pretty rare in these All-Star games. Defense is rare in these All-Star games. 15 for 23 for Jaylen Brown, 6 for 12 from 3. Donovan Mitchell wasn't great in this one, 9 points, 3 for 9. Wasn't great. He did have 7 rebounds, though. 10 points for Tyrese Maxey, 5 points for Trae Young with 7 assists, 12 points for Jalen Brunson with 5 assists. Also, that's a little surprising. 16 points for Scotty Barnes with 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 for 10 shooting, and 2 for 5 from 3. Paulo Banchero had 6 points with 9 rebounds and 5 assists. Let's get to the West. Karl-Anthony Towns had 50 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. I love something Draymond Green said on the alt cast with Charles Barkley. Draymond Green, I know he's done some not so good things this year and has been a villain kind of this year, but he said when Karl-Anthony Towns, I think when he reached 40 points, he said it's just like the old Minnesota Timberwolves. Karl-Anthony Towns has 40 points and they're down and his team is down 20. But Karl-Anthony Towns was actually surprisingly pretty good in this game. I didn't think he'd get a chance to be as good as we saw him be tonight. Maybe it was a little bit angry that he screwed up that 3-point contest last night. But 23 for 35, 4 for 13 from 3, 50 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. 16 points from Steph Curry in 26 minutes, 15 points for Devin Booker with 7 assists, 4 points for Anthony Edwards. That's what happens when you go lefty. 5 points for Kawhi Leonard, but he only played 10 minutes. 10 minutes for Paul George, the other Clipper. I guess Ty Lue didn't want Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to play much. But when Paul George was out there, he looked pretty good. And then 6 points for Anthony Davis, was just going over all the reserves for the West since the Actually, their reserve, because the West reserves were actually kind of better than their starters. 31 points for Shea, but outside of Shea, it wasn't a lot of activity. Shea shot 7 for 10 from 3, though, with 6 assists. 7 points for Luka Doncic. 13 points for Nikola Jokic with 9 assists and 4 rebounds. I'm not going to lie, that was actually kind of surprising. Jokic shot 6 for 8, 1 for 1 from 3. Yes, Jokic is very talented. He's one of the best players in basketball. But Jokic, if you watch him in the All-Star games, he does not really try during these games, and I was actually kind of surprised. LeBron James had 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists before he got injured, and Kevin Durant in 25 minutes had 18 points with 5 rebounds and 5 assists with 2 steals. And that's kind of impressive with no defense in these games. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the All-Star game in the comment section, and peace out.